What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, you guys? We are back again for another episode of Our Kind of People. First of freaking all, girl, I just realized that it's a World Series that's going on, and you know they come on Fox. So basically, all of the Fox shows that we watch or you watch, they're not coming back until November. Okay, so yeah, we gotta wait until November. I hope everybody comes back. Okay, this is Our Kind of People, season 1, episode 5. Let's just get into it. The miseducation of the Negro. Okay, baby. A lot went down. Okay, and first of all, the episode started off with Angie and Tariq in the bed. I said, so Miss Girl, y'all got back together like that? I mean, what's the timeline? Okay, what's the time frame? Because, ma'am, you moving a little bit too fast for me, all right? Because you really don't know this man, and you just hopping, letting him hop all up in your bed and everything. And, you know, she talking about something. She want to get them cameras back put up in the house. Remember when he told her that he had to take the cameras down because, you know, it was this so-called recall or whatever. And the reason why he is doing that, because at one point I was like, you know, I know you had that conversation with Teddy, but you was trying to make it seem as though he really do got feelings for, you know, Angie, and he don't want to do this, but he's siding with the family because he got to, because that's who took him in or whatever. And so I didn't know which way that he was rolling. And now I didn't understand why he was taking those cameras down, because I thought he was replacing them or whatever. But come to find out, he really just took the cameras down because he didn't want you know, Angie to know what was going on, and because he really do like Angie. Okay, he was trying to protect her in a certain sense because he ain't like what was going down. Meanwhile, it is cotillion week. Okay, it's about to be cotillion week, you know, introducing the men and the young girls to society, but in this case this is the girls, all right, the debutantes. Okay, and I'm just looking at all of this and I'm just like, bitch, I ain't got time. Like, listen, we got culture. Okay, African Americans, Africans, we got culture, but maybe it's because of the way that I was raised in the, you know, place that I was raised, whatever. We don't do all of that, okay? And I don't know. I can't say if I would be into that if I was raised in that type of society, but I have a feeling that I wouldn't, okay? A lot of this stuff, given the way my attitude is and my personality is, it just wouldn't fly with me, okay? Lauren got her little horse or whatever, and the same time, you know, you got the grandma there, and Raymond up there talking to the mama, basically like he trying to get them the business back. That's the family business. That is the DuPont's family business. And you know, she was like, I was pissed off at the fact that you had to take that bell out, and I was just wondering when you was gonna squat up. Okay, it's time for war. All right, come on, let's get this company back. Do what you gotta do. Okay, but he also had to tell her, listen, Mama, I'm finna bring in Alex, okay? Alex Riviera. That was his ex-wife, aka Shelby from you know, the best man that we saw at the end of the last episode. She did text him basically saying that she did, when she was doing her little research or whatever, what kept on coming up is this company called Our Legacy LLC. She said, I'm going to have to investigate a little bit further because he's never heard of it. Nobody else ever heard of it either. So, meanwhile, speaking of Teddy Franklin, he's in his office and his hand just going, okay? It's just going a little bit like that. And, you know, Leah is like, why don't you tell people what's up, okay? Like, it's okay. Of course, he got to put on airs, you know? And I feel as though he feels that this Parkinson illness diagnosis is basically trying to take him out and make him seem as a lesser, or not necessarily lesser, weaker person. And we know that that does not fit his personality. That does not fit his ego. That does not fit his image. And he does not want to appear that way. He's all about power. He's all about control. And now he literally does not have control of his own body, okay? Plus, he tried to divert the situation off of him to Angela, listen, we need to go ahead and get this girl out of here or whatever. We need to keep an eye on her. And, you know, I got Tariq got cameras and everything. And she was like, well, listen, you need to get Tariq back on the ball because he talking about some, it was a glitch or something, that the reason why the cameras went down, why he ain't filming her, okay? I said this, y'all are doing a whole bunch of illegal stuff. Now, if she was to find all this out and find out what, and could prove it, y'all could go to jail. Do y'all understand that? I don't care about your money. Y'all could go to jail. Meanwhile, you know, I said, Leah, to be quite honest, you really don't have no reason to like. Leah wants to like Angie so bad. And I told y'all that last week, like they have their instances when they actually connect. And if they were to allow, or I should say, if Leah were to allow all of that to happen, and to just, you know, come up off her high horse. I understand you got somebody coming else in that you didn't know about coming in and you feel like a little threatened. But the girl is not really trying to take your throne. She's not trying to take a piece of the pie just yet. We don't know what her motive is. But we do know that she's trying to figure out what was the situation between Teddy and her mom. At that point, that's all that she wants for right now. Okay, she's not trying to, I want 50% of this. I want this percentage of this. She ain't trying to do all of that. Okay. And Leah, it's like she's fighting with herself, okay? And we saw that somewhat in the episode. She really wasn't that much of a bitch to her this episode. We got Angie up there trying to, you know, going through with the photographing, you know, Lil Nikki with the East Cove picture, okay, because she's still going to be on the bottles. And, you know, she was like, I'm trying to get the girl up into the cotillion because she got accepted to some colleges, okay? Some of the colleges she didn't get accepted to, but, you know, she wanted to apply to a certain college. She got feedback from them, and they basically like, girl, you need to have this type of activity, this community service. You got to have to know a language. You got to have this GPA. You got to have this score. You got to have this activity. You got to have this. Now, baby, when I was applying to college, yeah, you had to have a couple of extracurricular activities, but technically speaking, you really didn't, because I ain't had no extracurricular activities, and I got into a good-ass school, but it was a PWI, so there's that. But still, they still want you to have extracurriculars too, but not to that extent. I ain't have to know no goddamn language and shit like that. I said, Spelman, what y'all doing? Is this what it is, y'all? Listen, y'all know Spelman was supposed to be my school back in the day, and then I changed it to Clark Atlanta. Okay, I got to find a newspaper article because I was in a newspaper. They did a little story on me out here. I think it was the Chicago Sun-Times or something like that. Sun-Times or the Tribune. It was a big paper, okay? And I was on there and I was just cheesing like this. And I said I wanted to go to Spelman or whatever. That's when I was in grammar school, okay? By the time I got up into high school, it had changed to Clark Atlanta. Bitch, I just wanted to go to a HBCU in Atlanta, okay? That's all that I really wanted to do. Atlanta was calling me. It's still kind of calling me. And I'm still mad to this day that I haven't been able to go and I didn't go to a HBCU. But baby, with all the shit that's going on with Howard at this point, I'm glad I ain't go there. Okay, girl, we'll get into that and what it is tomorrow. But it's a lot. It's a lot. I pray for y'all, okay? Because, bitch, it'll be hell and high water. Girl, I be fighting up in there, busting down the administrative door. Y'all gonna have to give me back my money because y'all gonna have to fix this shit. But anyway, let's get back on track, okay? So they going through all of that, and she was like, yeah, we gonna have to get her into the cotillion because, you know, that's an extracurricular activity, and, you know, that's a societal thing, and that's something good. So she go talk to Leah. Leah basically was like, you know, she tried to give her a little hard push at first, and, you know, Angie always come at her, like, Leah tried to come at her with some bitchy shit. Angie will come at her with some, like, real down to earth, you know, woe is me. Not necessarily woe is me, but it's her truth about her struggles and the fact that she don't want to make it seem like she's struggling, but, you know, she's overcoming and all that she's doing and showing that, you know, my daughter really wanted to get in Spelman, and I didn't even know that because I'm out here working so hard trying to get East Cove up there, and I didn't even see it. And, you know, Leah like, yeah, I mean, sometimes we lose sight of things and all we want to do is be good parents. And see, I said you tried to be bitchy to her, but she came back at you and you couldn't help but play into it and be nice. She was like, okay, you can get the girl in the cotillion if you got $25,000 to it. I said $25,000. And she said that ain't even including the dress and all the formal wear and stuff that she got to put on. I said $25,000. Girl, she choked a little bit and she said, girl, I got this. She said, you gonna need some help? She said, no, I'm good. I'm good. I said, now, Angie, how we gonna come up with this money, bitch? What's going on? You making that much? You making that much? That's a whole month worth of shit. $25 for a fucking cotillion, bitch, please. That cotillion better bring me double that, okay? It better bring me quadruple that amount, all right? That's what it better bring me in the future. 25,000 goddamn dollars. So they up there, you know, and sometimes Angie be putting her daughter in some embarrassing situations, okay? I know how these things work. I've seen some cotillions. And the book is called, because somebody had asked me, what is it called? Girl, Our Kind of People, something. Let me look it up. Because somebody had asked me this, and I got a Kind of People book. Our Kind of People, Inside America's Black Upper Class. And this is what it looked like. Ooh, can y'all see that? No, y'all can't. No, y'all can't. Oh, fuck me, bitch. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's Our Kind of People, Inside America's Black Upper Class. That's the original book, okay? It's thick. It got a little writing, but it's good as hell, okay? But the little cotillion and shit, you know, I already knew. If you know about the debutante balls and stuff like that, you know, you're being escorted in, and then you're going to do the father-daughter dance. And I said, now, Angie, you knew that girl, was you prepared for that? I said, Now, they sitting there trying to teach them how to dish the salad fork, the spoon, and the soup fork. And, well, that ain't can't do fork with a soup, okay, because it's just gonna go right through. The soup spoon and the oyster spoon and the crab fork, and you know, put the knife on the inside and the outside, on the left side, on the right side. Girl, me and Nikki was sitting there like, what the fuck is all of this? Okay, now no shade to anybody that had to go through all of this stuff. More power to you, but I would have been over it. Bitch, give me one goddamn fork and one spoon. That's all I need, okay? Put that little butter knife right there and we all to the good. That's it. That's it. I don't need all of that extra. That's too extra. Why? Okay. Now, meanwhile, after that, when they go over there and some of the girls was laughing at her because she ain't know what she was doing. Nikki had to check them a little bit. I mean, Taylor, she was like, and they was like, I said, Taylor run the girls, okay? Taylor probably ran through all of them, to be quite honest. All right. Girl, we'll get to her ass in a second. That bitch. First of all, Taylor played on Boomerang, the series. She played Lala girlfriend in the last season. Moving on. So when that happened, they was doing the father-daughter dance. Okay, they started practicing for that. And they was like, you know, fathers, get your daughters. Baby, Nikki sitting there just all timid and just embarrassed, okay? And Angie sitting there, I said, now, Angie, you knew. Okay, Angie went on ahead and put on the little jacket, you know, little sports coat or whatever. And she was like, I'll be your daddy for the day, okay? I've been your daddy all your life. And I was like, oh, that's cute or whatever. And here comes Leah. So you know it's father-daughter, and that's what she gonna have to do. She was like, girl, we all about progress and stuff. Why do we have to play into all of this, okay? And she was like, I understand, that's cute or whatever, but Mr. Abraham, come over here and be her daddy for the day. I said, oops. Leah said, girl, we ain't finna break from tradition. I know we need to do a little progressive stuff and thinking, but we gotta, some things you just gotta be traditional about, okay? Meanwhile, Miss Nikki was outside, and then Taylor was out there talking to her and all this stuff. Girl, Lauren pop up on them. You know, she kind of see the closeness. She peeping the shit, because at this point, Taylor had her hand on Nikki knee and everything, and I said, not in public around these bitches. We don't do that stuff, Miss Nikki. Wipe her hand away, okay? Be like, girl, we gotta be secret about it, okay? And I said, Taylor, what are you doing? I'm telling y'all. Do not ever say, I'm tired of these niggas, so I'm finna go get a bitch. I keep telling y'all that. Because niggas ain't shit sometimes, and women are way worse. I am just telling you, because listen. I'm not finna put my... Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I already told y'all I'm a little toxic. Anyway, I could be a Taylor. Have I been a Taylor? Moving on from that, let's not put my tea out there, bitch. Lauren saw them and was like, hey, Taylor. Anyway, she was like, hey, Nikki, you know, I know that you're trying to get into Spelman or whatever, and Miss Gwendolyn, she coming in. I help you get into that because, you know, she been kiki and cool with me for a minute. So, you know, I help you out. And at this point, I thought, is she being for real or is she just playing games? You know what I'm saying? I can't tell with Lauren because she a little jealous, okay? She a little jealous. I'm like, are we really opening up lines of communication or are we just, you know, being in our feelings a little bit and we trying to mess up stuff? I feel like at that moment, she was being serious, okay? She was really trying to help her cousin out because remember, Taylor told her, I want you to try to like her, okay? Stop that. That's what all I want you to do. So after that, you know, we get Angie up there talking to Tariq or whatever, and they, because at this point, she wanted to ask Tariq to be the daddy. I said to be the stand-in daddy. I said, oh, we moving a little bit too fast, but I get it, but I don't know how I feel about it. All right. Meanwhile, they up there talking or whatever, and they having a little conversation, and it was going all to the good. And then here come Tariq. His ass come up in there talking about something. Listen, them cameras, this why, you know, we getting close or whatever, but them cameras that was up in your place, I had to take them down, and I don't want to put them back up in there because Teddy told me to put them cameras up in your place so that he can keep an eye on you and they can watch you. Oh my God. Are you serious? Get out. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I said, that's what you get for giving up your cookies so quick. Okay? You don't know these motherfuckers. All right? You don't know them. You know, he guilty by goddamn association. All right? You know, she was talking to him about her baby daddy. You know, the reason why she wanted him to do it because the baby daddy up in jail. He ain't never met Nikki. You know, they met up in college. He done got involved in some mess. He boosted with a friend one time. In that one instant, you know, a murder just so happened. So he was guilty by association, so he in jail for life. And I said, oh Lord. And so that's the reason why Nikki don't know her daddy, okay? And that's why Diddy had a problem with Angie coming out there talking about something. Oh, so now you want me to get to know her? Bitch, that's on you, okay? I've been wanting to get to know my child, but you ain't want to have her come up here. That's what it was, okay? And then he wanted to drop that ball, and I said, oh, Angie, so sad. You shouldn't open up them. Let me stop that. Because I don't want to feel like I'm shaming, okay? Because, you know, you can give your cookies to whoever you want to. But when you in this environment with people that you don't trust, okay, he working with the ops at this point, and you should have been on high alert. You know, just because he a pretty face, girl, no, okay? So meanwhile, they trying to go and get some dresses, you know, trying on dresses for the cotillion, okay? Nikki told her about this vintage dress that was made by this black designer who actually did one of Jackie Onassis, aka Jackie Kennedy, wedding dress or something like that. And you know, she was talking about, it was Nikki that brought up the fact that she wanted Tariq to be the daddy, stand in. And she was like, listen, me and him, we broke up. Okay, mind you, everybody know that they was already fucking around. They was like, girl, we was hearing footsteps. Auntie said the toilet seat been up for the past couple of days. Okay, I'm just letting you know that. I already know. And she was like, no, girl, we broke up. He was like, why? Because he done told you some stuff and then you couldn't forgive him. Okay, he admitted some truth to you and you couldn't forgive. You so quick to cut people off. And I said, you know what? Little girl, stay in your own place because at this point, yeah, you correct. But at the same time, let me be hurt. Let me be hurt in my feelings for a second, okay? You ain't got to call me out on my shit. Meanwhile, you know, you got Raymond and his mama out there on the little shooting gun range or whatever. And while they waiting their turn to go shoot the animals, the little birds and shit, this white person gonna say something. Oh, you know, you could tell when the summer comes because all of a sudden this place get a little bit darker. I said, excuse the fuck out of me. Me and Quincy said, sir? Quincy said, no, bitch. We live here all year round. What you talking about? Grandma said, calm down because, you know, this place is named after a slave. You know, he used to get the birds and stuff because they wouldn't allow them to have the guns because they ain't trust him and all this stuff. He took the birds and he sold them and all this stuff. Mind you, the grandma is the one that owned the place, okay? But yet those white people don't know that the grandma owned the place, all right? It was like, we got to pick our battles in the war. And that's when she told Raymond, you know, it's time to go to war. Go ahead and get our company back, all right? Meanwhile, after all of that, did y'all see when Lauren had asked Nikki, not Nikki, but Taylor, could she escort her in the thing, to the debutante ball, the cotillion. And traditionally they come in with a guy, okay? And she was like, oh girl, I do this, okay? This what you wanted. I wanted us to be public and all this stuff. I want you to do it. So they was on the same page with that, okay? Cool. So we got Leah and Raymond up in the bed, and they talking about the first time they met each other. They talking about their first cotillion and all this stuff. And while they was just making small talks, and Leah is like in bliss at this point, Raymond had to break it up a little bit and was like, so what is our Legacy LLC? Okay. And she was like, huh? She tried to make it seem like she ain't know what he was talking about. He was like, yeah, I was doing some stuff and people keep on talking about it and bringing it to me. So I'm like, I never heard of it. So I'm asking you what it's about. And so she was like, I don't know. Okay. But what I want you to know is the kids is out and I want some. So meet me up in the shower. He was like, all right, cool. So she go up in the shower. He go through her computer. And of course, in the emails, our Legacy LLC, there's the email that pops up. He's over it. I said, girl, Leah, stop lying to that man because he gonna find out. Meanwhile, Teddy is up there talking to this doctor from Geneva, and I'm pretty sure he's from Geneva in the Europe because he had a little accent. I'm gonna just assume not Geneva, Georgia. Is it a Geneva, Georgia? Girl, I know it's a Geneva down south. I know it's one up here too. It's a Geneva everywhere. Anyway, girl, he doing something about his little Parkinson. He said, listen, these trembles is coming out and they coming out hot. They coming out a lot and they trembling too much right about now, okay? And he was like, okay, I'm going to put you on this experimental drug and you need to take it faithfully 8 hours, every 8 hours, okay? Because if you don't, it could be fatal. It could be, have some messed up, side effects and all that. And so at this point, he was like, cool. He took him, and it was this little get together that the kids was having. And so they on like this party bus or whatever. You got Nikki sitting down there and then Taylor bring her ass over there and they come Kiki and chatting it up. And I said, Taylor was up in her stud well, okay? I said, come on, STEM. She's a STEM because she can do both and all that. So they just talking or whatever. Next thing you know, and they vibing. You feel the chemistry. Next thing you know, Nikki and Taylor kissed. And I said, y'all can't do this. Because she was like, I told Lauren that, I wanted to be, in a relationship with her. We going to be doing this, but we got to be careful. I said, bitch, you already know that you going in this relationship and you still bringing this girl into the equation. Okay, I'm thinking you finna shut this shit down, Taylor. No, you still egging that shit on. And Nikki don't know no better. Nikki, listen, you ain't no better because you know that that's your cousin, girlfriend, and you know that y'all still on it's shaky grounds at this point. And sure enough, Lauren brought her ass up there and saw them kissing. And I said, oh, well, I know this bitch about to do something. I said, Nikki, just buckle up because bitch, you in for a goddamn ride, okay? Po Nikki. Next thing you know, we get, after her daughter basically told her, you need to go ahead and apologize to Tariq. Bring his ass back into the fold. I don't know exactly what he did, but just bring his ass back into the fold. So she went on ahead and did that. Angie did that. And she was like, we all good. He was like, okay, cool. I can't stay mad at you too long. But to be quite honest, what I really brought you here for is I'm trying to understand what's going on with Teddy and what happened with my mama because I feel like that nigga was a drug dealer back in the 80s up in Edgartown, okay, and he made my mama take the fall for it. And I found this video recording of him coming up into the goddamn investigation room at the police station, and before they can actually get started, he cut the thing off so my mama couldn't say nothing. I said, excuse me? How we get all the way to drugs? Teddy was out there dealing the crack. Okay, I said in the 80s. I said, well, yeah, that kind of fits. Mind you, Tariq is telling us about the fact that he got a brother. He had an older brother, the activist that he named the stadium after. He was into the opposite. He ain't want him doing all of that stuff. So basically, they got to find some information about him doing some stuff and his files or whatever. And the only way that they can get it is in his office. And it was like, remember, it's a claiming ceremony after the cotillion. And they supposed to have, after that claiming ceremony, they supposed to have, a family dinner. So how we gonna get into the office? And then Angie was like, listen, bitch, it's time to play family, okay? Because I'm family, so this is always a motive. It's always a motive. At this point, we see Leah and the grandma trying on dresses. Lauren trying on dresses for the cotillion or whatever. And you know, of course, grandmas and mamas with their boys especially. She talking about how come you not helping your husband trying to get the company back. You supposed to be staying with your husband and being on his side because back in my day, this is what we did. And she said, listen, lady, we ain't back in your day, okay? We all about progress. And this when Lauren said, listen, I want to wear this dress because, you know, this gonna go with, you know, Taylor's suit or whatever. And it was like, wait a minute, what? Grandma said, what's going on? It was like, yeah, Taylor is escorting me to the debutante ball. And it was like, you know, your little girlfriend, your little friend, you know, she a girl, right? The men supposed to do that, okay? And she was like, no, that ain't gonna happen, all right? And Leah was like, because the grandma said some shit in this moment. She was like, that ain't gonna happen. And Leah, Miss Lauren said, Grandma, I'm gay. Grandma said, gay as in happy? And she was like, no, girl. Leah said, gay as in lesbian, bitch. I was like, woo. Grandma said, oh, Lord. I said, catch her, Lord. Catch her. Catch her before she fall. Okay? And she was like, girl, no, we ain't finna have that fool-la-la gazy shit up in there, okay? Fuck all that. We ain't doing that. And Leah said, excuse the fuck out of me. Don't talk to my daughter like that. If this is what you want, girl, this is what you want. You can escort Taylor up in there and all that shit. Because, you know, Leah is the one that's the head of the goddamn cotillion at this point. She took over the whole board. And so Grandma ain't got no say no more. Okay? Grandma just stood there looking stuck. I said, see? Old people will get you, okay? Meanwhile, Angie come up in there to talk to Teddy, trying to make it seem like, you know, she really want to reconnect or no, connect with him and try to put their differences to the side for the second and actually try to get to know him and he get to know her, you know, even though I still feel this anger and resentment because you did what happened to my mom and you wasn't there for me. I still want to get to know you and all this stuff. And how about we go to dinner tonight? And he was like, I mean, yeah, we can all be for that. But I have this family dinner that's happening after the claiming ceremony. And she was like, cool, I'll be there. And we can bring, you know, I'll bring Nikki too. And I was like, uh-oh. So she got a way to get into the house so that she could get to his, you know, his study, his office or whatever. So it is time for the, I guess this is the claiming ceremony part of the cotillion. The girls come up in there. I see it look... I don't want to talk about nobody's stuff because, you know, nah, let me shut up because it could make some people upset. You know, some of y'all fraternities and so it's giving me that feel. I said Illuminati. No. It's not. It just made me think of that or whatever. Because the way that they came up in there with them blue hooded robes on, kind of I don't know why it just popped up in my head, but it reminded me of the picture that I just saw recently of Kanye West at that man wedding out there in Venice who was performing, and he had that black goddamn mask on that looked demonic and shit. I said, what the hell is going on with Kanye? What's going on with his head and everything? Anyway, that's what it made me look like, okay? I said it looked like some ritual ceremony shit type was going on. But it was a good thing, okay? They coming in there, they're announcing who they are. You know, the women, the young girls are coming in and talking one by one what their plans are to go to school or what they hope to fulfill and what they want to do. And they say that I'm going to claim my destiny, okay? And they burn the paper. So when it gets to Nikki's turn, because Lauren is in her feelings right about now. When it gets to Nikki's turn, she talking about how she want to be a writer. She want to get a creative art degree. And, you know, she want to write novels that change the world. And, you know, she's going to claim it, okay? Lauren would get up there and she was like, wait a minute. And she told her that's Miss Gwendolyn right there, you know, from Spelman, okay? And she was like, you know, people don't understand that, you know, Nikki, she came from a different place than we have. You know, she's come from a struggle world, okay? She don't have her friends here, you know, had a few hardships, and she still made it here, and she's still out here thriving. Even if she got a, you know, a police record, an arrest record. I said, bitch. Lauren ain't shit. And when I tell you it caught everybody off guard, including Leah, all right? Of course, Nikki does what she does all the time. Nikki will run away at a drop of a dime, okay? So she go running out. You know, of course, Taylor had to get up and go after her, and she had to talk to her. I don't understand why this is going on. Like, I don't get it. She was like, girl, it's okay. It's okay. And then here come Lauren. She was like, why would you do some shit like that? Girl, you up here acting like you all innocent or whatever. You ain't innocent. And then you up here kissing on my girlfriend. Yeah, I caught you. Okay, that's my girl. And Taylor was like, ain't this about a bitch? Nikki do what? She runs away again. I said, Nikki, you just gonna keep running. Punch that bitch in the fucking face. Girl, Nikki was making me mad. And so at this point, Taylor told Lauren, listen, bitch, not cool. And you know what? You are miserable, just like Nikki said. You miserable and something is broken inside you, just like she said. And you know what? I don't even want to be with you, and I don't want to be seen with nobody like that. But I did this for us. I was talking about us. She was like, no, bitch, it's over. I said, so you did all of that to get back at her, and you still lost your girl. You still lost your girl. I said, goddamn, Lauren, we don't think things out. All right. So at this point, you know, they was debating. Angie was debating whether or not she was going to go to the thing. And, you know, Nikki said, listen, bitch, fuck all this shit. We still going to the goddamn family dinner. They show up. You know, they was a little surprised. Oh, you there? You know, and, they Teddy giving off a toast or whatever, you know, and Nikki was like, yeah, y'all don't really know me, but let me get to know you or whatever. This is about me. And when I grow up and, you know, people say a lot of things, they don't notice. And she trying to give her little speech, and it was all heartwarming and everything. And everybody was listening, even Leah. Okay. But then Lauren was sitting there on her phone and she go, and she was like, girl, really? Really? What have I really done to you? Like, why do you act like that? Okay. You just, oh my God. You know, and of course, Nikki does what? She runs off again. And at this point, Leah is pissed off. Leah had to get in Lauren's ass too. And I was like, what? I said, oh, I thought you would have been all here for it because we trying to get them out the picture, right? But come to find out, you know, because Angie went to go get Nikki. Nikki was around the corner acting like she was crying, but it was a ploy so that it can be an excuse for Angie to get up and to go to the office. I said, oh, shit, we acting up in this bitch. Okay, that was cute. Meanwhile, you know, she go up in the office. Daddy Teddy sitting at the table, and he trying to eat that cold-ass soup, okay? By the time he put it up in his goddamn mouth, it's going to be ice cold. But that's because his head, he got a disability at this point. He got an illness. That motherfucker was contemplating on how to get this thing in his mouth. And as soon as he found out a way, that bitch betrayed him, okay? That hand started shaking so bad, he got so mad, God damn it, and got up. Daddy, you okay? Get me wrong, okay? He go up in the bathroom, and he up there taking all the pills, right? He opened that bottle, poured it out, and he took one. Baby, he was shaking so goddamn bad, he was sweating. I said, oh, my goodness. Do we need to go to the doctor? Something is going on. Take your ass to the emergency room, okay? Urgent care is down the block, you know? At this point, Angie is up in his office going through his stuff. Next thing you know, Tariq come up in there, was like, yeah, he up in the bathroom. We need to hurry up, okay? You know? And they found some of the books or whatever, and he got some of it. And at this point, Teddy is in there, and because his hand's still shaking, as if the shit was supposed to stop automatically as soon as you swallow the pill, you didn't even give it enough time to dissolve in your system, okay? He takes another one. Mind you, you're supposed to only take one every 8 hours. He done took 2, okay? And this motherfucker, all of a sudden, I said, is he having a heart attack? Because he was falling over all backwards and shit. He fall on the floor, okay? He clenching and shit. But as he was on the floor, he sees and probably hears Tariq and Angie leaving out of his area. He sees the shoes, okay? And I said, oh, Lord, what is going to happen next? Now we got to wait till goddamn November 9th, okay? Curse you, this World Series. Bitch, I don't care about no baseball. But, y'all, that was Our Kind of People. It was a good episode. You guys tell me how you feel. And I will see you guys later. I'm about to go watch Queens, okay? Peace.